doing Moby Max in Miss Cokley's class.
My favorite memory of 8th grade is when I told Allie that it was Country Day, not Western Day.
I got so excited because I could finally wear the Swiss flag for my country.
I had a reminder that it was actually Country Day, like Western, and not like Switzerland.
My favorite memory that I remember here was when I was in Miss Moulton's class and me and her would like do this head thing where we go like we go like that, and then she'd always just look at us like we were crazy.
My favorite memory is when we went ice skating, and you 7th graders won't know who he is, but Mr. Marshall was like one of the best teachers. And he was like, "Hey Hosick, you want to race?" And I'm like, "Sure, why not?" And so I thought I was gonna win, but he tried going as fast as he could, but he didn't know how to stop, so he just rammed into the wall.
So after Miss Flowers told us that she was pregnant, someone had said, "You didn't look as skinny as you used to be." And then I piped up and said, You were never that skinny." And then Miss Flowers gave me a dirty look and like walked away. Well, I wasn't a favorite student anymore.
Last year, I was in Tiger Time, and one of the 8th graders came in, and I had no idea who he was. And he came up next to me because I was putting books away, and he said, "Oh, Miss P, Miss P," and he started making a whole bunch of faces, and I was like, "What's going on?" And then he was like, "I really have to go to the bathroom," and he ran over to the trash can by the tiger, and he pretended to pee,
down in it.
and he took the trash can and ran away.
When Steven had a cereal bar thrown at his head like this.
Our favorite memory from Bug would have to be from when we were 7th graders. We did this giant sticky note prank where we sticky noted like every locker.
It was when Miss Flowers was like in the process of being pregnant, and she was eating like 5 boxes of oyster cracker things that you get like church when you drink like the wine, and it was like she was getting really chubby, but I didn't want to call her fat, you know, because that's like just rude. So I asked Miss Gamble, and she wouldn't tell me. Turns out like 3 weeks later, she was actually pregnant, and I knew the whole time because I really believe I'm psychic. I really think I am.
So we were at a convention, and then we seen these like girls walking by, and then Trevor goes like this. And I don't know, I just come up and just smack him. Then he goes, "Oi! He's not even hurting my dad."
Probably when I got pants at the Hollywood Dance.
Our favorite moment at Bug was when Mrs. Flowers thought that a Katie jersey was a Carmelo Anthony jersey.
Okay, so Miss Lanu, one time someone like raised their hand and asked her, "Is oxygen poisonous?" And she just kind of looked at the person and went, "Sometimes I wish it was."
Chocolate milk?
Chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk.
One thing I'll miss about Bug is Mr. Crawford and his stories, and his wife about his sons too. Mr. Crawford, we'll miss him because he always makes us laugh.
Oh, mercy!
Alright, what I'll miss about Bug is that miss the teachers, the students, and also, going to Miss Schwenk's class.
A lot of the teachers, especially Mr. Crawford.
I'm going to miss Miss Flowers, even though she was not my teacher. But she was nice to me.
I'll miss all the awesome teachers.
The dances.
I'll miss all my friends then.
What I will miss most about this school is being able to go to sculpture and make stuff.
Okay, so we were walking from lunch and Arnasia made me laugh. And then I was like bending over, and then I threw up all over Jasmine and her.
My most embarrassing moment is when I was in Miss Gippo's class and I was coming back from the bathroom and I tripped over the chair.
So we were all turning up at the dance, right? And then Maddie's pants. Oh, I split my pants really bad. Really bad.
Alright, so this year I went around trying a new prank. And basically you just go up to somebody with something that looks like a ring or a fake ring from the store and go, "That's it. Will you marry me?"
No.
Oh. So then I was in the band room. I was pulling this prank on somebody. And when I was getting on one knee, I tripped a bell set and the bells fell on my head.
In 7th grade last year, and I was in science class, but I accidentally put my hand down on a hot plate when I wasn't looking, and my hand started to bubble up and it hurt really bad.
We were doing our warm-ups, and then we were doing like our layup, and I went for my layup, and then
I made the layup, but I ran into the wall, and it was really embarrassing.
When David and I both danced and sang for the Spanish class.
And I'm here in Mrs. Flowers' class.
We were walking to Peyton's house, and we walked. He drove by us really slow, and he rolled down his window. And me and Melinda said we love him, and
Yeah, it was really loud, and
he drove away. Okay, so we were at the bus stop during Park Week because we didn't have PE since we're in 0 hour.
And there was like a big like pile of snow and like a puddle underneath it, and like the bus pulled up, so I decided to step off with one foot, and my knee slipped and I fell into the splits, and everyone was laughing at me on the bus. The bus was filled with little kids. It was a 5th grade bus.
My most embarrassing moment was when I was on crutches and I almost fell in the hallway.
My embarrassing moment at Bug was on the second week of school. We were playing soccer, and I tripped over the ball, and you face planted into a mat.
In Miss Welsh's class, I got my thumb stuck to my earring, and I couldn't get it out. And I'm like, I cannot get it out. And she's like, Zoe, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm not paying attention to that right now, because my thumb is stuck to my earring.
Action. Alright, so my most embarrassing moment is when I was in 7th grade and I was putting away the volleyballs, and some people called my name from the bleachers, and I looked over and they were telling me a joke, and I ran into the wall and it started throbbing really bad, and everybody started laughing at me.
When I walked into the boys' bathroom.
When I walked into the boys' bathroom and everybody was staring at me and laughing.
My worst embarrassing moment was when I was thinking what if I just farted right now, and
You let loose.
I just started squeezing, and it just came out so smooth and loud, and that one bead of sweat just dripped down my forehead, and everybody just looked at me.
My advice is to make sure you're involved in lots of activities and make sure you study days before, not just right before the test.
My advice for the 7th graders would be, if you forget your homework, try to bribe Miss Brownfield with a cup of coffee.
Be promptly prepared to be productive to every class.
Don't act differently just because somebody else wants you to. Be who you are, be true to yourself, and stand up for what you think is right or wrong.
Don't hug your friends after or during school.
Stay on the right side of the hallway. It's like driving a car. If you don't, then you'll get hurt. And then eat the cheeseburgers because they melt the cheese onto the burger. And it's heaven.
And pay attention in math, because if you don't pay attention, all of a sudden you'll just be lost.
My advice is don't get in any fights.
My advice is not to get on Miss Gilbert's bad side unless you release Elvira. It's not going to be pretty.
Never meet Elvira, and love Mr. Alton.
I would say to sleep a lot. Not in class, but when you're at home, because if you're tired, then you're not going to be able to pay attention. If you miss something in math class, you're never going to understand it ever.
Don't call Miss Flowers old, because I called her old and it wasn't pretty.
My advice is to just make friends with everybody and don't make any enemies.
Go along with Miss Brownfield's jokes, because she has a lot of jokes, but they're sometimes not funny.
Oh, and never have late work.
I say study for the Constitution, because if you don't, then say hello to 8th grade next year.
And my advice is that not to try so hard to stick with the most important group of friends, the people that you think are cool, and just do your own thing.
It's a good thing to get on Mr. Alton's side. He's a good teacher.
Remember me.
Don't get the teachers at lunch all mad because there will be whistles and everything else.
Don't fall asleep in Miss Lundmark's class or Miss Lanew's class. They'll take away your chair.
All in all, just have fun.
Get involved. You gotta do it, and you won't regret it.
Do not play with rulers in Miss Welsh's class.
Hey, I was doing that work. If you do have Mr. Allison, on the first day that you're there, be as quiet as possible. Don't talk to your friends, because he will be staring at you for a very long time.
Robert!
Moby Max. I used to play baseball. Pretty good at it. You know, MLB. One day they gave me a plane ticket. They said, go home. Life doesn't always go your way.
Girls, when you're doing your squats, you have to sit back like you're sitting at a 90-degree angle.
Timothy! Stop! Stop talking! The amount of disrespect in this classroom is unbearable. You can leave. I do not care. Honestly, I do not care. Rayan, why are you still talking? Back to part B.
Alright, so we have the U.S. Constitution next Wednesday, and I want you all prepared. Get up! Nice shirt, Mr. Fear. I like Pink Floyd. Used to listen to them all the time back in the day.
So in the Battle of Lexington, it was all like, BOOM!
I'm Gunnery Sergeant Outson, your senior drill instructor. From now on, you will speak only when spoken to, and the first and last words out of your filthy sewers will be, sir. Do you maggots understand that?
Sir, yes, sir.
Louder, I can't hear you!
Sir, yes, sir!
Good morning, class. I am reading a book about anti-gravity, and it's impossible to put down.
Welcome, students. I see you picked up a worksheet. There's the page number. I'll be sitting in the back drinking coffee. If you need me, I'll be sitting in the back drinking coffee.
Alright guys, let's get to a good stopping point in our books. Whoa, Travaris, you need to sit back down. Guys, that was the bell. Guys, stop talking. There's way too much chit-chat.
JC, Rachel, be quiet. Elvira's up there right now with a cup of coffee and it looks real good.
A cup of coffee.
Elvira, where are you with that coffee?
Speaking of Hiroshima, my wife is the literal bomb. My wife is so beautiful and so wonderful. I am so
Mr. Crawford, weren't we supposed to be talking about
Serenity now. Serenity now.
mercy? I'd rather choke on a cookie with a smile on my face than choke on a carrot. Mercy! Am I right? Am I right?
Brandon, what did I tell you before? The tissue box is right by your desk. Go sit back down.
Who's playing with the ruler? Stop it.
Trevor, why are you late for my class? Already said 3, 2, 1.
Alright, class. So now, what we're going to do today is we're going to be doing equations. So what you do...
What are you doing?
I'm going to draw the
Oh,
line.
no. Now, class, subtract 4x equals -2 equals 79.
Okay,
Do you see how I did that?
I don't think that's the right answer. I think you should go
The test tomorrow.
Come on, guys. This equation is so elementary. Like, what is this, rocket science?
It's raining on the birds. I hit a bird yesterday.
Miss Campbell, are you playing Fifth Harmony today? Miss Campbell, Fifth Harmony! Can you play Worth It? That's my favorite song. Oh, why can't we run up Fifth Harmony? Hey, Zoe. Hey, Miss Campbell. How's your day going, Zoe? Good. How was your weekend? Fine. Do we have a Moby Max today? Yes, Caleb. How long do we have to do it for? 20 minutes, Caleb. Can we do it at home? Yes, Caleb. I've been saying that for the whole year. What's going to happen if I don't do it? Detention. Oh, okay. That was close.
Hold on. Are you recording?
Aw, I messed it up.
Oh wait, hang on, I brain fart.
Oh my. I don't think I made it clear what needs to happen. Oh, okay. So.
Wait, now?
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, no, you're so close.
Okay, ready?
You look ugly.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We're like,
Oh wait.
No, you start.
You start.
Okay. I got really excited because I was.
Hold on. I can't. Hold on, I can't.
I don't know what you're saying.
Wait, no. Wait, one more time.
Okay. Hold on, I'm saying it right.
You can both say it at the same time.
Can't do it.
Just use the first one. It's okay.